Good afternoon, sir. In your opinion, what is the biggest gap between academia and industry today, and how can it be bridged?
First of all, let me begin with thanking and congratulating the Seacom Skills University here for hosting me and hosting a fantastic event which led to these kind of interactions between the two institutions. To the question that you asked about the gap between the industry and academia, first of all, we need to understand what are the problems and challenges being faced for the industries in certain specific domains that they will need the intervention of the academia. Secondly, how are we upskilling and training ourselves at the academic fraternity to bridge the gap that is there. So that brings to the point of having a very good engagement between the industry and the academia, and with that kind of an engagement, we'll be able to understand the problems and solve the challenges that they might be facing. In terms of our own preparedness, we also need to do a very detailed review of the existing literature and the problems that are there, and build a solution that can be catered fairly quickly for the industry. Thirdly, because we are in academic institutions, are we training and upskilling our students enough to be catered to the requirements by the industries? That's also a gap that we feel. And finally, because the world is changing, we need new solutions, a new approach that leads to entrepreneurship. So our students should also be trained and developed towards solving the problem through unique entrepreneurial ventures.
Very rightly said, sir. So now we'll move to our next question. It will be, what skills do you think should the students focus on developing to become industry ready from the very beginning of their careers?
That's also a very pertinent question. While we are giving degrees, we should also focus on upskilling them as we give the knowledge. From that point, the deep tech areas that the engineering students are working on largely would need, deeper understanding of the technology, the changes in the technology that are happening, and accordingly preparing themselves. Of course, it cannot go without talking about the AI and ML in today's context. So skills on the soft computing is very, very important. The world is changing very fast with a large amount of data and new techniques coming in. So how do we automate and also bring the AI ML knowledge into it? Thirdly, communication is a very important vertical which I feel that the students should be able to convert or the knowledge that is needed to be translated in a language that somebody can actually look into it very seriously and borrow it. And fourth, with the available financial resources around, how are we training ourselves to have the knowledge and information? That is also another skill set which I think can help students translate their brilliant ideas into technological products that are marketable and still required by the industries and scaled up.
Thank you, sir. And my last question to you will be, what is the one piece of career advice you would like every student to remember?
That's a very good point that you mentioned, that we keep giving advices. That's one piece of advice is first, or rather I should say straight away, is to believe in yourself. If you have a conviction that you are there ready to solve a problem with the technological intervention that you have, I must say that the ecosystem essentially conspires to enable you to achieve success. So just keep moving on and don't be deterred with the challenges, but believing in yourself and possibly delivering what the world needs from your end to deliver and change the world. Be the agent of change that the world needs, and I see that spark in the students here, at least what I visited and interacted with some of the students at the Seacom Skills University. So go for it. Thank you.